Hello, this is AYMB. So you've probably read the title, and let me start off by saying this. I'm not angry at any one particular person, nor do I think I play League Battle perfectly. At the end of the day, we're all human and make mistakes. We learn and we grow. However, there's one thing I wish players would stop doing in League Battle. It won't fix the other problems in the game, but in terms of League Battle and winning games, I think it'll make Opbr a bit easier and a lot more fun. I've already done a video on the top 10 mistakes you're making in League, but this one problem I'll explain later irritates me to no end. Keep in mind that I will likely crash out in this video, but I will keep it to passionately yelling about a game I love, and a game where I just want to have fun. With that said, I noticed that over 94% of you guys haven't subscribed yet. So if you're enjoying my content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and a notifications icon to be notified on my future videos. Now, onto the intro.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever.
I love this game. I've loved it ever since I started playing it December of 2023. However, I did notice that there were problems with the game. Both problems that the game itself had, and problems that the players themselves had. At least when playing League. Opbr can be a very competitive game, with all players hopefully striving for the same thing, to win League matches, reach SS, and keep increasing your rank to obtain the best items possible to improve your account, and rinse and repeat every season. Simple, right? We all start the game differently, with different units in our party and support, but we use what we have and play the game. We capture flags, defend, attack. It's just those simple things that make the game fun. Getting that last flag from the enemy team in the last few seconds, defending your flag from the enemy team in the last few seconds, or just players from all walks of life getting together for one goal: to win League Battle. And obviously, it's also about playing the characters that you love for One Piece, a wonderful anime and manga in itself. And that's at least some of what I love about Opbr. But lately, I've grown tired of players doing this one thing. This one thing doesn't make the game fun anymore. It doesn't matter the unit or the map. It has pissed me off to no end. Made me yell, scream, say things that I really shouldn't say, and stop playing League at least for the rest of the season. So what's this one thing? Just one word: pushing. Pushing for more flags and leaving yours unattended. Allowing the enemy team to take advantage of the situation. Stop pushing in League. Stop doing it, especially if you have low percentage character support. Stop doing it. Most of the time, it's not even worth it. Now, there are situations where pushing is a great idea, but I'm not talking about that. In general, you don't need to push for flags. Once you have the flags on your side and the middle flag, you don't need to do anything else but protect them the rest of the game. Now, I know that 5-0 is great, but most of the time, you won't get that many flags, and even if you do, it can be pretty challenging to keep all of them. Now, let me paint you a picture of things that I've noticed, at least with my experience playing League Battle. So, I start playing the game. Usually, I'm a runner, I play Halloween Uta, and I rush to the mid flag. I capture the flag, I stay there until the enemy team arrives, and I stay there as long as possible, until I have to use my skill 2 and start backcapping. Ironic, I know, considering the title of this video, but let me explain. I'm not saying pushing is bad in general. The only people who should push are runners, but the problem comes when runners are backcapping and pressuring the enemy team, while the rest of the people on the team are doing basically the same thing, or just leaving the flags unattended. So anyway, back to my example. So I'm pushing, I'm getting flags, gonna go for the other one, just to have what? I'm on the opposite side of the map, and our enemy team is taking one of our flags. It's like, okay, that happens, you know. There are units that can teleport But then the whole team goes to get more flags. They don't protect the ones we have. They don't stop the enemy team from getting them. Even if they're close by, they just keep pushing. And they push. And they push until they can't push anymore. I know I'm sounding kind of weird, but it's ridiculous when I think about it. But in the moment, it does piss me off to no end. And that's what gets me screaming, to defend. It's bad enough when the defenders aren't, but some of the time I see them doing their role, actually defending. The problem comes when everyone on the team is pushing. Granted, like I said before, I get that that's basically a runner's job to do that. But if one runner's already doing that, no one else needs to push. You just need to stay where your flags are and make sure no enemy gets to them. No enemy captures them. No enemy takes them. Now, it's one thing if you want to make a whole runner's team and just troll your enemy team for the whole game. I mean, you could do that. But even if you have more than one runner on your team, there should be one runner pressuring the enemy team and another one just staying a little bit behind, even filling the flag. Every unit in the game can fill the flag. Every unit can attack. But that's the thing that irritates me a lot. It's just, I've noticed that lately when playing a runner, it's because it's usually like this. If I don't play a runner, I notice that no one is capturing flags. And if we don't really capture any flags, well, we don't have any to really defend. And if we get our flags taken, well, we're basically done for. And we lose the game anyway. But when I do play a character to capture flags, everyone else seems to want to capture flags. And it's like, no, you only need like 1 or 2 people doing that. And I know Halloween Uta can switch to a defender, but keep in mind, she's not a good defender at all. She is quite squishy. For the most part, she's a pretty temporary defender. I mean, she can fill up the flag after she captures, but even then, someone has to, like a defender, an attacker, or anyone else who is tankier needs to be on that flag so she could just go and keep pressuring the enemy team. But that's my specific example, at least for Uta. But it really doesn't matter what runner you play. At the end of the day, it's like, just let one runner on your team do their role. But remember that sometimes you don't have to play your role. Sometimes you have to attack and you have to defend. Every unit in the game is capable of attacking, defending, and capping flags. But more often, I see that if we have multiple runners, they want to keep pushing, even when their flags are getting taken. And it's one thing if they're on the other side of the map and they're backcapping, but it's a whole nother thing entirely if they're right next to the flag and they just let it get taken. They just go to the next flag. And at that point, it's like, why in the fuck are you capping flags when you can't even defend the ones that you already have? And that's what pisses me off. So it's not about doing the role as a runner. It's not about taking advantage of the situation that you might be in to get all 5 flags if possible. It's not about any of those situations. But it's about mainly the team just thinking they need to get that 5-0 when really you just need to defend the flags you have. Like, if one of your teammates is spamming guard treasure or watch your 6, that probably means that either one of your flags is about to be taken or it is being taken and you need to do something about it. Especially if you're right next to the flag that's being taken. Don't go to another flag and capture it. There's no points, especially if it's in the last 30 seconds or so of the game. Defend the ones you have. And if you don't have any runners on your team, then you definitely need to protect the ones that you have. The only reason you need to cap flags in that situation is if you don't have enough to win. And even then, you don't have everyone just capturing flags. and leaving everything else unprotected, especially if there's an egghead Luffy, a hybrid Kaido, or any unit who could teleport. It's stupid. It's completely stupid. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Just stop doing this in League. You know, again, like I will say, nothing is wrong with pushing if the situation calls for it, but most of the time it's just not. Just look at your fucking mini-map. Like, look at your mini-map, please. And if you see your flag getting captured and you're nearby, do something, please. Seriously. If you notice that one of your teammates is going to that area, alright. But if you notice they get KO'd, you might want to go after, you know? It might be a GARP over there, and I know I said in the video about the mistakes you're making on how to handle GARP, and it's jumping him, but in all reality, regardless of what unit is there, unless it's in the last few seconds and there's no way for that GARP to capture the flag, you should probably still go there and make sure he does not capture your flags. And most of the time, you're probably gonna have to deal with the Bleno or another runner, like a Sabo. And with Sabos, don't trigger his counter. Just don't do it. If anything, let him capture the flag and then attack him. If you're not able to time it to where you can't trigger his counter, then the best case scenario, well, it's pretty counterproductive to the video because I'm saying protect your flags. I'm saying let him just get your flag and then attack him afterwards. And for Bleno, it's pretty easy, just attack him outside of the flag. If you're attacking him inside, it usually will not work. You likely won't get him off the flag or do anything. Some people don't really know that, but as you get higher in ranks, I think around S or so, people kind of know about that already. But just letting you know. But yeah, just look at your minimap, see if your treasures are being taken, and do something about it. Do something about it as in protect those flags. Don't try and replace it with another flag, especially if it's in the last 30 seconds of a game. I see this all the time. It's why in most cases, players lose. Anyway, that's all I want to say for this video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon for notifications of my future videos. Have a good day!
Jana!